All right, to the roundtable. On my immediate right, but always the political left, Ogie Overman, the great broadcaster and journalist. Next to him is a gentleman we have brought over from an earlier segment, and he agreed to stay over for us a little while. We appreciate that. David Daggett from the law firm of Daggett, Shuler. And we thank you earlier for doing the school safety segment. That was very important. And Dave Briggs, director of High Point Theater. I might say the very successful Dave Briggs.
Well, thank you.
All right, guys, let's get to the first one. Guilford school officials must have been listening to us on this show, because now they want county commissioners to fund $10 million for security measures, including electronically locking doors, which we suggested. Should Guilford commissioners allocate the monies? Will they allocate the monies? Ogie.
Well, I'd like to go down the checklist, but yeah, I think they're probably going to have to. I'd like to do item by item, but it beats the heck out of teachers packing heat, for sure.
Right.
Yeah, I don't want to be the peanut gallery on this, but if the educated experts on school security recommend this, then we need to do it. Our safety of our kids is very important.
Dave.
I do think they will do it. I think they will need to find the money, and I recommend a bond referendum.
Oh, yeah? Okay, good idea. The city of Winston-Salem is bragging about getting the Renfro's Sock Company to move its headquarters and 225 employees from Mount Airy, and it's offering the company $300,000 in incentives to make the move. Now, guys, should the state legislature ban incentives when all they do is shift jobs from one local city to another? Ogie Overman.
Well, yeah, it is almost meaningless, and they all do. High Point's done it to Greensboro, you know. But still, the state really has no business interfering in that. That's a local issue.
David.
Well, this issue is a little more complicated than just the question. Renfro's growing, and it's a big company, and they need to attract new talent, and they need to be someplace where talent is attracted to. I think this can be a win-win for Mount Airy and Winston-Salem, not a win-lose, and the question shouldn't be posed that way. However, I think when you're awarding government money to businesses, you got to be very, very careful. And if they're awarding money, my business has never been awarded money.
Right.
We've been very stable in the community,
Right.
and we do good work.
Yeah, we never give that kind of incentive to existing business for staying here. Yeah, that's right, Dave.
Well, I can't even compete with what David just said, but it would be nice if there was some brand loyalty to the locality as well.
Right.
But I don't know what the state can do in terms of banning incentive dollars.
The California is about to pass the Fair Play Act, which would allow college athletes to be paid for use of their name and image. Guys, you think every state should adopt this? I know there's several proposals out there, one from Congressman Mark Warner, another one coming up from New York, but this one would only give them money based on if their image is used. Ogie.
Absolutely, Jim. I've been covering sports and writing about it off and on for 35 years, and I've been saying it for years and years. The NCAA has got to be reined in. They have become a money-making juggernaut
Right.
at the expense of the athlete.
Yeah.
Yes, do
Yeah,
it.
this is a different day and time. When I was in college and sports were mostly recreational, they are the feeder system in the minor league system for professional systems. They're dealing with large sums of money. And somebody like Zion Williamson, look at the money he generated for Nike, for Duke, for the NCAA.
Exactly.
There needs to be some sort of system developed to take care of that.
I agree with that, but it is really a slippery slope. We have to
Sure
watch
it
out
is.
what we're paying for student athletes. Perhaps some of that money could go into a trust, not just for those star athletes whose images are being used, but for all the other athletes on the team. Because a running back is nothing without a
Absolutely.
line.
Speaking of new laws, California now recognizes pets as a legal member of the family in divorce cases. This means a judge can decide on joint or sole custody of a family dog based on, quote, what is in the pet's best interest. Guys, you okay with that law, Ogie?
Sounds kind of dumb, but really, I mean, if you think about it, I've seen these type of cases on like Judge Judy and stuff.
Right.
And yeah, I think it's probably legit. You know,
Now
they
it's
are
gonna-
part of the family. They really
Now it's
are.
going to be, it's going to be a law. Here's an attorney. Let's
I
hear it.
think Ogie could take over for Judge Judy, and it would be terrific.
Right.
Well, here's my thought. The domestic system is so clogged up, and the attention given to our children is not enough right now. Let's take care of the kids first. We'll worry about the pets later.
Hey, Briggs.
I agree with that wholeheartedly, but what's the dog going to do if they don't want to go with that one? They're going to hire a puppy attorney? Give me David Daggett. You know?
The dog attorney.
We'll have to defer to we'll have to defer to Judge Ogie Judy on this one. All right, finally, guys, a town in Wales. It's a seaside town in Wales. Is tired of people using their bathrooms to have sex, so the city council has installed a series of portable, sex-proof public toilets, which will, this is true, sound an alarm and spray cold water on any two people who try to become intimate in a porta toilet. Guys, is this a good way to promote tourism? And are you planning a trip to Wales anytime soon? Ogie Overman.
Well, I don't know what it has to do with tourism, but I mean, I hadn't had sex in a public toilet since the hippie days, you know.
You said since the, never mind. I don't want to.
Ogie, that's too much information.
That's too much information. Young David Daggett can't listen to that. All right, what do you think?
I've been to Tenby, Wales, the seaside town, and I never heard of either the issue or the problem.
Have you been sprayed
so
on?
I have not been sprayed on, so I guess I have no opinion.
Yeah, Dave Briggs.
I don't think it works with dogs. I'm not sure how it would work with people. I would like to go to Wales, but I think I'm going to stay out of the portalet.
So, you're not going to go there and just see what happens and get sprayed. There's something wrong with all three of you. All right, well, that's all the time we have. Oh, except for this. A 17-year-old giraffe named April keeps getting pregnant. So a New York zoo has just put her on birth control pills. This gives a whole new meaning to the term animal protection.
Maybe send her to Wales.
Send her to Wales. I think she's been in Wales. That's what David Daggett and Dave Briggs are going on a special cruise to Wales after this. For all of us here on Triad today, I'm Jim Longworth. We'll see you.